Hi, I'm Debbie.
And I'm Tim.
Welcome to Vintage Food Farm. Today we are going to show you exactly what we pack to take to Vietnam. We have been going to Vietnam since 2003, so we know exactly what we need to take. So we are not backpackers. We want what we want, but the thing that we want the most is actually space. So we do try to take as little as we can. And the reason we do that is so that we can buy fantastic things in Vietnam and bring them back. We use 2 pieces of large check-in luggage. One is Rip Curl and one is Kathmandu. Very, very similar luggage. I think they're even made in the same place, somebody told us. But they're also very light. So 2 big pieces of check-in luggage. We have 2 carry-on bags. Again, one Rip Curl and one Kathmandu. And the only reason I say those brands is just because they're good brands that are really strong and really light. We don't like hard cases because if something goes wrong, it goes wrong horribly and you can't use luggage straps to pull it back together. But I know a lot of people really love hard. We like soft, strong, light luggage. So 2 check-in bags, 2 carry-on bags, and 1 small personal items bag, like a small backpack. So first we're going to show you what we've got in our check-in luggage. We've already packed it, so now we're going to unpack it and show you and explain to you why we've got each thing and how we pack it. Okay, so we're going to start with Tim's luggage. And you'll notice straight away that what Tim has got in his luggage is another piece of luggage.
The reason we take a second piece of luggage inside our main piece is we do have a list of things we want to buy over in Vietnam. I want to get some brand new sneakers over there, which are so much cheaper than here in Australia. Some new thongs. We have a whole list of things we want to get. We want to get some cooking wear, different bits and pieces. So when we come back, we will actually be coming back with both of these bags full.
So next we'll show you exactly what Tim has packed. So we pack almost like a travel uniform. We don't want to be thinking about what we are going to wear on holidays. So Tim has got 10 t-shirts and 6 pairs of shorts.
Underwear. My 10 t-shirts.
You'll notice we wear merch t-shirts. That's just because we love our channel so much. But it also takes the choice out of it. And because we will be filming a lot, we just put on a Vintage Food Farm shirt and we are set for the day. And we don't have to think about what we're going to wear.
My bathers. And 6 pairs of shorts.
So we used to pack less clothes because it is really, really cheap in Southeast Asia to get your washing done at a local laundromat. You just take it in, they'll wash it, they'll fold it. It's beautiful when you get it. And I think it only costs like $1 or $1.50 a kilo, something like that. The problem is it still takes time to pack it all up, take it all down, and then go back the next day and pick it up, which is fine. It's very, very easy and very affordable. But we just want to reduce that a little bit by taking a few more t-shirts so that we can at least get like 6 or 7 days before we have to go and get our washing done.
Hats for all occasions. And my thongs. So you can see here I've got a smaller but still quite holds a lot piece of luggage inside my main piece of luggage.
So basically, very, very simple: t-shirts, shorts, underwear and hats. A pair of sneakers and a pair of thongs. And the reason the sneakers aren't there, I think, is because he's got them on his feet.
And importantly, I'm also wearing my travel shorts. Multiple pockets, multiple things to carry, plenty of space.
I think the chickens know that we're packing to go away because they're hovering around us. Hello, Pepper. How are you? We have 2 very cheap Kmart Toiletries bags. And the reason we don't spend a lot of money on Toiletries bags is after a while they get pretty gross, especially because we hang them in bathrooms and showers all over Southeast Asia. But we take 2, we take 1 each. Tim's one has basically both of our toiletries, like sunscreens and soaps and toothpastes, shampoo, conditioner, deodorant, all that sort of thing. And then I've got a second one, which I'll show you later, which is really mainly like hairbrushes and a bit of makeup and all that sort of stuff. But this is our basic toiletries bag. It is a hanging bag. So we don't have to unpack stuff and put it on a basin in a hotel room. We can literally just hang it up on a door handle, on a shower screen, or on a door, and we just work out of that. So even if we move from hotel to hotel, it's really, really easy, and we don't forget anything.
It wouldn't be fair to ask me to carry the hairbrushes.
So you can get much more expensive ones of these as well, obviously. You can get some beautiful toiletries bags, but the smaller, the lighter. The smaller, the less stuff you take that you probably don't need to take. And it is cheap. $6 I think they cost at Kmart. So you can see in this pocket here we have shampoo and conditioner, which we don't really need. I can use the stuff in the hotel, I just don't like it as much. We've got a face sunscreen, and the reason we use a face sunscreen in Southeast Asia is it's different to a body sunscreen. If you are sweating and you have a normal body sunscreen on top of your face and you are sweating, you're going to get it in your eyes and it hurts, and you can end up with sore eyes for your whole holiday just because you're trying to be sun smart. So we take a face sunscreen, a 50+, and that way if we sweat, if it gets in our eyes, it doesn't hurt at all. We take a insect repellent. We've got a Bushman's spray bottle there. We've got a deodorant. We've got a soap, which is just a face soap, and then we use the hotel products as body wash. So that's all in the bottom pocket. The next pocket up is our 50+ body sunscreen. We find Nivea the best as far as actually working, but whatever you like. We've got a toothpaste. We would normally have a travel size toothpaste, but it was so much cheaper to get the larger one that we just got the larger one. We've got a couple of toothbrushes, and then in this top pocket, we just have a bunch of shavers. We've got a pair of nail clippers. We have some cotton buds. We have a eyebrow trimmer. The other thing that we've got in that top pocket is a small pair of scissors, which can come in handy for a whole lot of things, including cutting tags off of stuff. I don't know what we use them for, but every single time we go away, we'll be in the hotel room, we'll have bought something, or we'll be doing something, and Tim will say, I don't suppose we've got a pair of scissors. So we've always got a pair of scissors. So that is our number 1 toiletries bag, and that is everything that Tim has packed in his case, including another case. Okay, so this is my luggage. I don't have another set of luggage in it. I'm just like a normal person with normal stuff. So I pack completely differently to Tim. I go to the hardware store or to a Kmart or a Big W or somewhere, and I get a packet of really, really cheap, flimsy coat hangers. I usually pay $2 for 12, and this is how I do my clothes. In my mind, everything that I do in preparation, in packing, is about reducing time that I need to spend when we're actually overseas. Because I don't want to waste my time deciding on what I'm going to wear, finding what I've got to wear, unpacking my bag into a wardrobe or a dresser to be able to see where everything is. Obviously, if we're staying somewhere just for 1 or 2 nights, we would leave it all in the bag. But if we're staying somewhere for a few weeks, I want to unpack my case. So this is what I do. I get the cheap packet of coat hangers. So on every coat hanger, I have a t-shirt and a pair of cheap Kmart $7 3/4 leggings, because they're light. I don't have to make a decision. They're cool as well, because they're a really thin, soft, breathable cotton. I used to wear really expensive leggings from sports stores, and I find that when you're traveling overseas, they are too synthetic, too thick, too hot, and too sweaty. So this is what I wear every single day when we're traveling, except if we're going somewhere for dinner, or I don't feel like wearing a uniform. I've also got a couple of black dresses, but I keep it really, really simple. So I've got my t-shirt, which is oversized, dad shirt, and very, very open and cool, and then just cheap Kmart $7 leggings. I don't care if anything gets wrecked, because I'm going to be out in the countryside, I'm going to be in mud, I'm going to be in water, I'm going to be in boats, I'm going to be on buses. Really, really simple. I can get lots of air in around my t-shirt. So everything is about comfort and no decisions. These are my 2 black dresses, and these are really light, really cottony dresses. And I bought these in Cambodia in September. And the reason I'm taking these to Vietnam is because I'm going to buy some fabric, and I'm going to get some more of these dresses made. And we're going to take you and show you how we do that as well. I've got a spare hat, so I can fold it up and chuck it in my bag, and it comes out perfect again. If I feel like showing off vintage food farm, I'll wear it this way. If I don't feel like it, I'll wear it this way. Underwear. I've got 2 pairs of socks, and when I wear the socks is obviously not when we're in Vietnam because it's so hot, but I'll show you my shoes. So whenever I'm flying, I'm not sure if you've ever seen the whole Crocs with socks. It's where you wear Crocs with a pair of socks. I wear Archies with a pair of socks, and it is so snuggly and comfortable when you are on a plane and you're walking around an airport. You can take your shoes off, you've still got your socks on. A really, really comfortable, comforting way to travel. So they're actually anklet socks. So they're Archies with anklets instead of Crocs with socks. I've got swimwear, which includes a long sleeve sun shirt, because we plan on spending quite a bit of time on the beach in Vietnam, and we'll show you the best beach to go to ever. So yeah, a long sleeve sun shirt. Of course we're wearing hats, of course we're wearing sunscreen, but a long sleeve sun shirt really helps you when you're out in the water for so long, and I can be out there for hours literally. The next thing I've got is my sunnies. I've got expensive sunnies. These are not expensive sunnies. These are just like $29 from Sports Girl. And the reason I take these instead of my Ray-Bans is because when I'm overseas, I'm chucking stuff everywhere. I'm not worried about breaking it. I just want sunglasses that can stay in a soft case, don't take up much room, and I can have them in my little bum bag with me every day and not have to worry about them getting wrecked. We bought these in Vietnam and we're taking them back because one of the downsides in Southeast Asia is trying to avoid plastic bags as much as you can. You can't all the time, but these will help us if we're taking laundry to the laundromat, or if we're going to the 7-Eleven to get some cups of noodles, or whatever we need it for. We just have those in our backpack so that we don't end up getting tons and tons more plastic bags. Also, we can load these bags up, whereas the plastic bags tend to be a lot of really small plastic bags. So yeah, we take our recyclable shopping bags, random, but we take chopsticks. And we could get them over there, and we probably will get some more over there. But because we often end up with a cup of noodles in the hotel room if we're editing or if we're doing something, and sometimes they don't have chopsticks. Well, often they don't have chopsticks, and I hate eating cup of noodles with a fork. So I always pack in some chopsticks. We have a power board which has 4 normal points in it and 4 USBs, which means we only need 1 adapter for Australian PowerPoint to Vietnamese PowerPoint, and that gives us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 lots of power. One of the things when you're traveling and making videos is you've got a lot of stuff to charge. We've got to charge cameras, we've got to charge GoPros. So if you're not making videos, you may not need this, but I have never regretted taking a power board. It also has a surge protector on it, which gives me a little bit of peace of mind if I'm working on a laptop in a hotel room in Vietnam. Cable ties, because you always need cable ties. I don't know what for, if your luggage breaks, we just always need a cable tie. If you need to attach something to something, they're very handy. Just don't take them in your hand luggage, only in your check-in luggage, because that might freak people out. So you can see there, Tim's even used a cable tie just to lock the front pocket of his bag. Not that someone can't cut it, of course they can cut it, but they can cut the bag as well. So just a way to make it a little bit easier for nobody to put anything in your luggage. It should be a lock, but there's nothing to lock it to. That's not, that's an old piece of luggage that we got decades ago. So it doesn't have a good locking system, unlike the Kathmandu and the Rip Curl. That is all of the basic medicines that we might need. Alcohol is very cheap in Vietnam and Panadol is very expensive. So we take our own Panadol. We've got some GastroStop, we've got some Ural, we've got some tissues, we've got some antacid. Most of those we will not even need, but if you do need it, you don't want to be looking around for a pharmacy. Having said that, you can get whatever you need at a pharmacy in Vietnam. If you bought none of this, you would be absolutely fine. The pharmacists speak English. If you end up at a pharmacy where nobody speaks English or you can't communicate, go to another pharmacy, because they are very, very knowledgeable, very, very skilled, very, very helpful, and they will get you whatever you need. And then the last thing in my case is water wipes. These are not normal baby wipes with fragrance and fruit acid and sticky stuff in them. These are 99.9% water. Actually, this brand is 99% water. There's another one called Water Wipes, which is 99.9, and the 0.1% is citric acid to stop them from spoiling in the bag. So they're water wipes, they're biodegradable, they're fragrance-free, and they don't leave any sticky residue on your hands or your face if you have to clean up. And if you end up in a homestay somewhere out in the middle of Vietnam and you can't access a shower properly, these are fantastic. So now we're going to put everything back into our luggage, and then we are going to show you our carry-on luggage. And that's another thing. Always hang some stuff off of your luggage so that you know that it's yours when it comes off the belt.
My turn.
So one of the things that we don't use, which a lot of people love, is packing cells. And they are really handy to organise yourself. And I love packing. I pack for weeks before we even go anywhere because I love it so much. But I'm not a big fan of packing cells because I can't see what's in them. I would much prefer to use the really large zip seal bags, which is what we've got our undies in. So I'm not going to show you that in detail, but we can turn that into a vacuum seal by just rolling it till the air comes out and zipping it up, and it's really, really handy. I use them over and over and over again, and you can see exactly what's in there. So next we're going to show you what we pack in our carry-on luggage. So this is what we have with us when we are on the plane. It's a 6-hour flight from Cairns to Singapore. We've then probably, I don't even know, got like a 9-hour, 10-hour layover in Singapore. 13 hours. So the exciting thing is we actually get lounge access, and I'm going to try and film in Singapore Lounge and show you what it's like. It's incredible. But we are there for 13 hours, and then it is usually a 2 or 3 hour flight, probably a 3-hour flight to Hanoi. So basically it's 2 days of travel. So in our bags we've got everything that we need to survive for 2 days, and we have everything that we need to survive if our luggage went missing.
I'll show you what's in my carry-on. First, and very, very importantly, is this neck cushion. But I don't wear it around my neck. I sit on this, and it makes the seat so much more comfortable.
To sit on a neck cushion is so much more comfortable. I'm not saying do it for the whole flight, but if you're getting a sore butt, just mix it up.
So back here we have, that's my change of clothes. So I've got a t-shirt and a pair of underwear in there. I'm okay wearing the same shorts all the way through the flight. By using the Ziploc, what I've been able to do is really vacuum seal it. So you see it's really tight in there. Special Stay Calm in the Farm computer. Charger for the computer. My glasses, tissues.
Okay, TMI time. Too much information. You really should take some tissues with you when you are traveling around Vietnam, because sometimes you will end up in a public toilet or public bathroom and they either have the toilet paper in one place and you don't know where it is. So often there'll be like a one big roll of toilet paper and then 10 toilets, or there will be no toilet paper at all. So always carry around tissues anywhere in Southeast Asia. Fun fact.
My noise cancelling headsets. Can't hear you.
Noise cancelling headphones are the absolute best for the flight because you don't hear any of the other passengers. You can block out everything. You can listen to an audiobook, you can listen to music, you can watch a movie in complete peace.
Camera gear.
So we won't go through all that stuff, but that's Tim's camera that he carries with him everywhere.
And a couple of final things. Some pens. Pens are great because you might have to fill in immigration forms or things like that. I normally do that. As soon as we get on the plane and they hand out those forms, I grab my pen, I fill that out, then I can just put it away for the rest of the flight and not have to worry about it.
And 9 times out of 10, the person next to you doesn't have a pen, so we always take 2 pens.
And some masks, just in case. The other bag I carry is just this little bag here, and what I keep in it I carry our passports. So this is Vietnamese dong. I got $300, 300 Australian worth of Vietnamese dong, and I'm now a millionaire. 3.8 million. 3.8 million Vietnamese dong.
The other thing to be really careful of is Vietnamese dong is all virtually the same colour. So you really need to be careful that you don't give somebody a 100,000 note instead of a 1,000 note.
We've also got some Singapore dollars just because we go through Singapore quite a bit. So instead of exchanging money each time we go in and out of the airport, we just keep this with us until next time we travel.
When we get to the airport, there's a number of things that you can do to have your phone with data and mobile access. And one of them, which is growingly popular, is to do an esim. But to be honest, we're finding them very expensive. The upside of an esim is that you can keep your own phone number, which is really, really a benefit, but the price is so expensive. So we are still going to stay old school. When we get to the airport, we are going to get a SIM card. Lots of people say, don't get it at the airport, get into town and you'll get it cheaper or you won't get ripped off. And that's the same with exchanging money. But from our experience, the airport is actually the best place to get a SIM card. It may not be the absolute cheapest, but we have been ripped off before and we've never been ripped off at the airport. And then we also use the currency exchange there. But we always take some money just in case something's closed or I don't know, our credit cards get blocked by the banks in Australia or something and we need to take a grab to the hotel. We know we've got enough money to do that. So when I say we got ripped off with one of our SIM cards, I think it actually happened twice over 20-something years, is where you pay for a certain amount of data to last a certain amount of time. So say you go to Bali, you pay for 10 gigabytes over 2 weeks, and suddenly at 7 days it runs out. They get double the money because they're giving you half the amount of data and half the amount of time. It's not a massive sting, but still we want to make sure that we have our access on our phones when we are travelling throughout Vietnam. So we keep a hard copy of all of our travel documents in our carry-on luggage. We don't keep it in our check-in luggage in case our check-in luggage goes missing or gets stolen. You wouldn't want somebody to pick up all of your personal details. We've got copies of our passports, copies of our driver's license, passport photos, all of our travel insurance details, and we take a copy in one of our carry-on luggages and we email another copy to some of our kids so that if anything went wrong, everybody knows our itinerary, which is also in there. Travel insurance is so important. If you can't afford travel insurance, you can't afford to not have travel insurance. If you need to see a doctor, the travel insurance company can recommend good doctors for you. And we never use it. We never have used it, but it is still absolute peace of mind. And Southeast Asia, you might be able to get things cheap, but if you get really seriously ill, you need to get out and you need to get to Singapore most likely.
I also have a power bank I carry with me, and my phone goes with me in this bag as well. That way, if I ever run out of battery, even if it's in my phone or in the camera, I've got quite a big power bank to recharge everything. I've got a multi-charging cable there, so I can charge USB-C, micro USB, Apple products. So that'll plug either into the power adapter, or in the airport you have USB charging points as well. The other thing I'll carry in the front here are the keys to the luggage locks. And this is a great little bag because I can just slip that over my shoulder and that's with me wherever we go. And one last thing I carry with me, so not something I need here every day, that's for sure. On the plane it can get a bit chilly, and the really good thing you can do is put it on this way and go to sleep.
So now I'll show you what I carry in my carry-on luggage. So this is my carry-on luggage. It's a really strong, really light bag. The first thing I've got is my neck cushion, which is a hideously expensive one, but I really like it. So it's so strong. It's like a neck brace, but your head doesn't fall down at all. You can go to the side. It's really, really supportive if you do it up nice and tight. Probably gives you a bit of a double chin, but that's okay. And then I also will use this to sit on if I get a sore butt. So this is my cosmetics, skincare, anything I need if our luggage disappeared completely. I've got some basic medication, so I've got some Panadol, some Nurofen, that sort of thing. I've got my hair brushes. I've got a very high magnification hand mirror so that I can fix myself up anywhere. This is my lags bag, so liquid, aerosols and gels need to come out of your bag when you're going through security. And technically you should only have 5 lots of 100 mils or less in that bag, but you can get away with more for sure. And if they said to us you've got 6 items, not 5, I would just give 1 to Tim and put it into another bag. But yeah, so that's got in it our deodorant, a face sunscreen. That's just like a skincare product. I've got some foundation, I've got a mascara. I've also got just some bronzer and some powder and a shaver. Just the basic sort of lady stuff. And then that all goes back in there. And then when I get to the screening at the airport, I just take out that zip seal bag, put that in the tray, and then when we get to the end of screening, then I'll pop it back in this bag. I've also got a couple of hair ties and a couple of safety pins and a pair of earrings, which I take every single time and I never wear, but maybe I do want to get dressed up one day. These are my noise cancelling headphones, and you'll see that Tim used his as a Bluetooth headphone. I prefer to use the cord because then I use less battery on my phone. And I want to be able to make sure that I can listen to audio books or movies or whatever I want for the whole trip. So I'd rather use less battery, so I use a corded one. And then the other thing that happens to me sometimes is noise cancelling headphones, especially if I'm on the computer for a long time, actually start to hurt my ears. I don't know what it is. I think it must be the pressure building up or something. So as well as headphones, I also have just cheap, extra soft, extra comfortable earbuds. And I'll show you a thing that is really cool. So with either the inner ear buds or with the noise cancelling headphones, I can plug them directly into my phone, even though I don't have a headphone jack in my phone, by using one of these adapters. So this is, what's it called? A mic to
3.5 mil to USB-C.
So it's a 3.5 mil to USB-C adapter. So if I've got earbuds, I can just plug them straight in, and that just plugs into the charging point in my phone. Or if I want to use the noise cancelling headphones because I'm feeling really antisocial, I can just plug them into the adapter and that will plug straight into my phone. Another thing that I tried for a couple of years are the Bluetooth inner ear sort of wireless headphones. But what I found is that the actual part that goes in your ear starts to really hurt my ears after a couple of hours. So I just really got a bit sick of it. I'd rather use either the noise cancelling headphones, but more likely just the extra soft, I think they're Sony extra soft, extra comfortable earbuds. So these are just undies, t-shirt, pair of leggings, change of clothes for Singapore airport until we get to Hanoi in Vietnam. So if you were a European lady, you would have a pashmina. And a pashmina is a really expensive, I think maybe llama wool or goat wool, I don't know what it is. But this is like the tropical version, and it is a basic sarong. And I use a sarong for everything. So I can use this when I'm in the pool. I can use it as a beach towel if we're at the beach and we don't want to take hotel towels down to the beach, or the hotel doesn't encourage you to do that. If we want to have a picnic somewhere, if we want a tablecloth to put on something, I can use it. I can also use it if I'm on a bus trip through the middle of Vietnam and I didn't bring my neck cushion and I want to have a snooze, I can use it as a neck cushion. And it's not as good, but it is certainly acceptable. The other reason I could use my sarong, and I do, is often you get caught in really intense sun when you're traveling through Southeast Asia. So if you're sitting in a ferry on a river and you're on the sunny side, if you're in a boat in the countryside, if you're in a canoe, if you are on the back of a Jeep traveling up a mountain somewhere and the sun is just too intense, you can chuck this over you, or you can chuck it over you like that, whatever you want. If you go into a temple in Southeast Asia, you must have your knees covered and your shoulders covered. Now I do, but if I forgot and I was wearing a dress and I had my sarong in my bag, and even if Tim is wearing shorts, he could wrap this sarong around him and he would get into the temple. So I just carry that absolutely everywhere with me. I've got a pen for the same reasons Tim does. Another thing I listen to is podcasts, so I always download a few audiobooks, some podcasts, maybe some Netflix, so that it's all on my phone, ready for whatever I feel like. It's only a 6-hour flight, so it's very easy, but still, even in the Singapore lounge, if we're there for 13 hours, I might put an audiobook on and just lay down on the couch and chill. This is the small bag that I keep in the big bag. And when we get to Vietnam, when we're just going out for lunch or going just on a little trip, I will just take this one. It used to have a different handle on it and I didn't like it, but this is just like a cheap men's belt from Kmart. So I can either wear that as a bag or I can wear it as a bum bag, which I find really comfortable. So in here I have my credit cards, and my driver's license. Card that I use all the time does have one of the RFID things that stop people being able to scan your cards. So I just make sure that that is in front of my card that I actually use on the daily. So just another pen and some powder for when I'm stinking hot and look terrible. And then just a comb and a pair of reading glasses. And also the other thing that I've left inside that would be in there is of course my phone, and that all fits in this little bag really easily, and it's nice and close to me, and yeah, I really like it. It's like a square bum bag. The reason we go for a square little bum bag instead of one of the big ones that goes right across you is that when you are in Southeast Asia, anything that is touching you becomes a sweat spot. So if you've got one that's sort of less deep but sort of goes right across your stomach or right across your back or right across your chest, that's all an area that can't breathe and it tends to get hot. So we really like these little bags that hang and don't sit against your skin, and we find that that is a lot cooler and a lot easier to wear in really, really hot Southeast Asia, and particularly in Vietnam. And the other thing that I take with me is a packet of tissues for whatever reason. So I'll just show you what a small ball this bag goes into if I'm not using it as a backpack. You get the idea. Now this is the last piece of luggage that we take with us. And the only reason we take this luggage is for camera equipment. We've got a couple of travel accessories in there as well. So this is another Rip Curl, and I'll just tell you that it's called Rip Curl F Light, as in Flight F Light, because it is really, really, really light luggage. I think, I might have to look it up, I'll put it on the bottom of the screen. How much do you think it is?
The weight?
Yeah.
This one's about 2 kilos.
So really light, really strong. And also Rip Curl and Kathmandu both have really good warranties on their products. So I'll show you what we've got in here, and we would also put in our filming stuff as well. And we take that with us because we would be devastated if it got lost in our check-in luggage. So that's my hoodie. And when you live in far north Queensland, Australia, you never, ever think that you are going to be cold again. You just can't imagine it because you're always so hot. But when you get on a flight and it's the middle of the night, it can be absolutely freezing. So a nice hoodie, I could put it on back the front like Tim does as well if I don't want to see or hear anybody. with my noise cancelling headphones and my hoodie. Also in the lounge it can get cold as well. And then here, if you've got a HDMI cable and you've got a laptop, you can run it from the laptop through the big TV, which makes it really handy. So this thing here is one of the best things we have ever bought. We bought it from Amazon. You can get it from lots of different places, not just Amazon. And what it is this goes over your tray on the back of the seat in front of you, and this is a foot hammock. So when your legs are getting really sore and really tired and you're trying to tuck them up everywhere and you don't want to put your feet in people's face, this goes over the tray and hangs down to whatever length is comfortable for you, and then you can put your feet on it. Make sure you don't jump around too much on it and disturb the person in front, but this is one of the best things ever. It just helps with the circulation in your legs, and we've got a second foot hammock in there as well. Tim probably doesn't use one as much as I do, but yeah, really handy, the old foot hammock. And next, we just have some more multi-chargers and some cables. These are travel adapters. They're universal travel adapters so that you can use any country. It's got the EU, UK, Australia and the US. So that's the EU, UK and the US and Australia. So yeah. And it also has a USB-C charging point and another 3 USB charging points. This is a luggage scale, so you can weigh how much your luggage is before you get to the airport. If you buy excess luggage before getting to the airport, it is a lot cheaper than paying for it when you get there. So if you know in the hotel room, if you are over, you can go online and you can usually buy some excess luggage for a lot cheaper. Luggage locks and keys, fairly old school, but they do us. So obviously we padlock all of the zips and everything on our luggage. It's never 100% safe because someone can just, there's a lot of things they can do. I won't go through how to break into people's luggage, but at least this makes it a lesser target. If a criminal sees a piece of luggage with a heap of padlocks on it and then a piece of luggage without a heap of padlocks on it, maybe they'll choose the without, or maybe they think we've got a lot to steal because we've got all the padlocks on our bag. I don't know, but we use padlocks. Basically in there is just a whole lot of GoPro accessories and camera accessories, different sorts of buckles and mounts and stuff like that that we hardly ever use, but we would want them to be there if we wanted them. So that is it. We've actually got 3 check-in luggages. One's inside one of them, but that's okay. And that gives us lots of room to bring heaps of really cool stuff back if we want to. We have our 2 carry-on bags, and we have our 1 tech/filming camera bag, and we are ready to go to Vietnam. So that is it. We are now ready. We will start putting out our Vietnam videos in 2 weeks. We are going to some absolutely fantastic places, and we are going to eat some of the best food in the world. If you feel like it, and only if you feel like it, like and subscribe. But most importantly, stay calm in the farm and in Vietnam.